Okay, I'm gonna pin myself and we are gonna go for it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another presentation by me, Aasha T. I'm so excited for today. This is called How to Make Money with Emotional Intelligence. How to make more money with emotional intelligence. We're getting right to the point. We're getting right to the jugular of how to create more wealth by sealing emotional intelligence leaks. This has been crazy effective for me. I'm actually at like an unbelievable level of being able to pull in wealth probably more consistently than ever before. And I think that's where a lot of people lose it. They kind of have these big months and then they bring it down, or they come in big months again and then bring it down, or they get their paycheck and they instantly start paying everybody else and paying out really quickly. And what I've learned in the last few months and why these events are so helpful is how much scarcity and the feeling of not having enough is a dis-ease. Okay, this is something that is in the system, inside of our emotional system and our inside of our nervous system. And I want to help you today by giving you the tools on how to get in front of that dis-ease, this dis-ease in the body. Okay, so scarcity can cause extraordinary stress. Scarcity can cause a feeling like, yeah, like we don't have enough, or that if we get, then we'll feel more relaxed. And what we want to do is kind of surpass that with emotional intelligence so that you can receive in a really comfortable place. Um, the hierarchy of needs includes food and shelter and wealth and on some level. And so the relationship with money is very closely tied to surviving. So what we want to do is get you to be in an energy of surviving and thriving and full before the money even lands, and also as the money is landing. Okay, so all of that amazing insight aside, let's go ahead and get into this presentation. So the name of this presentation today is the hidden emotion. Well, it's called How to Make More Money with Emotional Intelligence. And I'm going to talk today about the hidden emotional leaks that are costing you. They're costing you tons of money every year. I'm saying it's not about the $5 coffee as much as it's about your relationship with money, period. Yes, the $5 coffee matters in certain seasons, but what we want to talk about mostly is about who you need to be to receive the level of wealth that you may want for yourself. Okay, so this is how to stop losing money, confidence, energy, and opportunities without working harder. Okay, so we're stopping emotional intelligence leaks for good. So before we begin, I want you to tune in to an amount of money that feels good inside of your body and that feels good inside of your system for you to receive every month. Maybe for some of you, it's $10,000. Maybe for some of you, it's $20,000. Maybe for some of you, you're kind of like, you know what? I don't care about money. All of those things and all of those different scenarios are going to be based on you and where you are. And, wealth helps. Being wealthy helps. Having a lot of money really helps. What we want to do is get rid of anything that's leaking money and also any big emotional attachments to money so that money can flow in. Okay, so think of the amount of money that would feel really good for your nervous system, okay? And feel free to share in the comments if you're watching this on the replay, or you can share in the comments now as well. And let me know like what feels exciting for you, what feels like, it's going to cover you and then some, okay? So what we're going to do today is discover why hard work alone is not enough, why strategies keep failing when your internal world is not aligned, the invisible emotional intelligence leaks that are stealing your money, confidence, energy, and opportunities, the core method, which I'm going to go over, and how I help you permanently seal these leaks. Yes, 5,000 plus, 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 plus. I love it. Keeping room for the pluses. And, mine's more, we've got some really big goals I can't wait to share. And I've realized how much how where it says why hard work alone is not enough. I've always been a really hard worker, but it was my nervous system that couldn't maintain the level of wealth that I feel I'm worthy of receiving in this life. And with my mission, how much I need the money to accomplish what I want to accomplish with energy work and what I want to accomplish with bringing my work to the planet. So a really cool story here we'll go ahead and into for a little bit. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Aasha T. I am an emotional and energetic intelligence expert. I'm a performer, a mother, and a CEO. I'm an author. I've spoken at amazing clubs like the Yale Club, the Harvard Club, and all different types of global organizations, including private clubs and companies, teaching sales psychology and burnout. And I've generated millions of dollars personally through my alignment work, as well as, God, I don't even know how much money for my clients, as well as relationships and health improvements for my clients as well. And I'm also a published author. And oh, I think I said that twice. I'm so published that I said it twice. I'm also a mom to my son Levi. That's him there looking really young. Now he looks a hell of a lot older, and he is a hell of a lot older. And then also that's me speaking most recently at Yale Club in front of a room of about 50 to 60 people, I think was the kind of final number, talking about EQ in business. All right. But I always wasn't like this. I wasn't always like this. Before I started my journey, I truly like really had lived in a really fucked up place, for lack of a better word. I just couldn't seem to find happiness inside, and I was just really over life. I just was always kind of like chasing things and couldn't get comfortable in my own skin. And it started to show up literally in the physical way that I looked, in the way that I felt. And I had ended up with anxiety and overactive thyroid and also cancer scare, like a big cancer scare. And that's when I knew I needed to change. And I just knew that emotional intelligence was the answer for me. And I started learning energy work and all different types of things with energy and studying energy all over the world. And I combined energy work with emotional intelligence. And I realized through this that I was living this pattern like over and over again, and it was a negative pattern, and it kept costing me and costing me. And I knew that because I was getting like heavier every year, and I was just feeling less energy every year. And it wasn't because I was broken, it was because I was leaking energy. Just want to share too, last night I went and directed I was the assistant director for a play, and it was so amazing. I literally like was lit up the entire time. And it was great because the director and the actors were like, "Oh my God, you're so on the ball and helpful." And because I have a really good way that I can handle a lot of things, but I'm very organized as well. And I was like, oh, wow, those skills are really coming in handy to put on like a totally different style of production, being this assistant director. But the cool thing is I left and I felt younger. I looked younger. I just had like a glow about me. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe like I'm the same person that I was just 5 years ago. And when I wasn't glowing up, I wasn't like lit up inside. And I realized after 26,000 hours of research and thousands of clients and endless courses and certifications and consulting and all the impact and then developing these methods is that emotional intelligence leaks are the cause of all of our problems. Emotional intelligence leaks are the cause of all of our problems, and they cannot be identified with emotional intelligence alone. You must go deeper. So, the truth that nobody told me was that people don't have money problems or relationship problems or health problems so much. They have leaks, they have these leaks inside of them. So, when it comes to money, we learn how to work harder, we learn how to make more money, we learn how to get promoted, but we don't really get taught how to regulate emotions, how to really recover from stress, how to deal with our energy field and like cleaning up our magic and our energy or lead ourselves. So I want to put this really simple. I created this bucket. It's on the beach because it's a mermaid bucket and it's golden and it's gorgeous and it's a beautiful representation of you. And you are this beautiful bucket. And in this moment, this bucket has, let's say, 20 holes. So money pours in and then money pours out. The problem isn't the amount of water so much. The problem is the holes. So you don't need more pressure. You don't need more work. You don't need more this, that, or the other thing. You need fewer leaks inside your body. This has helped me to rapidly pay down debt, rapidly receive at a high level, rapidly create wealth because the leaks get sealed and you have more energy. So we want to think, what does this mean? We got to put it into tangible reality. Where are you leaking? Is it through fear? Is it through overthinking? Is it through a closed mindset? People pleasing, feeling like you're underpaid, being burnt out, having resentment, feeling stress, feeling perfectionism, anger, imposter syndrome, or controlling things. All of these things are a representation of how the leaks show up in our real life. Lack of magic, lack of like shutting down your magic as a man or a woman. Like we're all so gifted when it comes to magic. Like, are you afraid to shine that light? Are you afraid to like, blah, like really get out there and fucking give it all you got? Because those are things that are very real. We kind of lose sight of that. So you want to think about like, what does this already cost you? Money, time, confidence, relationships, marriages, careers, legacy, health. Like really tune in. Like, where has this already cost you? And so, because again, the same pattern just continues to repeat if we don't really get in front of it. So, let's talk a little bit about the negative snowball. This is a man pushing a snowball up a hill. And as you can see, he's just getting more and more like frustrated. And this small decision, he can have like a repeated habit that then becomes a personal identity. And then it becomes a lifetime of results. So, you want to ask yourself like which direction is yours. It's not supposed to say changing. It's like which direction is it going, right? Which way are we going? It's so funny because I used AI to make this image and I was like, oh, make it with a family at the end for the positive snowball, and it made it a family of men. So it's a men's family. But the gist is the same. So we've got a little guy pushing it up the hill, and he's pushing and he's making it bigger and he's making it bigger, but this time he's not creating like a life not worth living. He's sealed the leaks. He's like made a different decision of like how he wants to build momentum. And so in this scenario, you've got to realize your life is not created by one big decision. It's these thousands of tiny little decisions. So our belief, our reaction, our patterns, we repeat them over time until it becomes a habit, and then that becomes our identity, and your identity becomes your reality. So again, posing the question, like, where has this cost you? What has this cost you? And where can you make a change where you release that identity forever, where you no longer associate with these identities that are literally, for lack of a better word, like parasites that are causing these holes inside of you. Okay. Even if you're sitting here listening, you're like, I don't know, it's okay to tune in and ask yourself, what is it that I can't see? Where can I make these big changes and allow the changes to come to the front of your consciousness? So actual results from these are some of my amazing clients. I've got Mish over here. She is just looking like a hot tamale. She's lost like over 40 pounds. She's so beautiful. And then we've got AJ, made a ton of money. First round of his investment with me made about 350,000, and then that led to another multi-million dollar investment deal. Amelie, who is just another gorgeous soul. She's down so much weight and living like, she wrote a book all about emotional intelligence, and she's done so much. She's, stepped into her soul's purpose. Same with Alexandra, and then all these different, beautiful, other wonderful people that we have helped. So if you are here today, you want that second snowball. You're ready for it. So how do we do this? How the hell do we go from holy bucket to this amazing big fat abundance bucket? And again, it's always on the beach because why not? Let's be mermaids and mermen. So we have to go through the core method, which is a four-step method where we bring up the awareness. If you're new to this work, you might want to write this down or take a screenshot. Okay, so yeah, the number one thing is you have to be aware of the pattern. So this is where a lot of my clients are high achievers. My clients are people who already have awareness. They already know what energy is, otherwise they wouldn't be here. It's not that, it's never that. But maybe there's more beyond the awareness. Like they might have even reached a place where they're like, well, this isn't quite right. This isn't quite what I've envisioned for my life. And so that's one of the most important things about the awareness piece. Sometimes you might not even know. You're like, just something feels off, or like, I feel like I want to achieve more or receive love or, step into this version of me that I think about a lot. So you got to be aware of this first. The second piece is to seal the leaks. So how do we do this? Well, I hire my own mentors and my own coaches and then energy healers, but I also do my own teachings on emotional intelligence leaks. So you want to start looking at self-rejection, self-abandonment, other different types of leaks. There's over 180. Um, and you can ask the universe, like, where are these leaks? You can ask the universe. You're going to get there. It's going to be definitely slower than if you work with me for sure. I'm going to move your ass really fast, get out of this hell. But if you do not want to invest right now, you can ask the universe, like, help me, or God, or whatever's in your practice, help me seal these leaks, help me find these problems, these traumas, these things that are taken away from my highest level of abundance. From there, once they're sealed, it's gonna hurt. There's gonna be periods where you're like, oh shit, that was the person I was. Like you're looking at yourself a little bit, okay? If you can't play at that level, we're not gonna work together well because I am definitely about taking a look at these behaviors and from that place, after you look at these behaviors, we create really good momentum. And guess what the result is? Money, love, health, and impact. It's always the same. It's always the same. We're moving momentum in the right direction. Okay. And for me personally, after 5 years, I'm now able to help people get through this in like a matter of months. The more the people invest with me, like my high level one-on-one work is 30,000 or 6,000 or 10,000. And then I have my community as well, which I'll tell you about. But depending on that level that we were sealing and we're moving this momentum, we're creating this high level of a momentum, okay? Because the cleaner your energy, the faster the momentum goes in the right direction. We're getting like kinks out, kinks in your little hose. So the first thing you got to do is you really have to be clear in visualizing who you are in your future self. Like, what do you choose? I love this image. There's money tree. There's clarity and purpose in a mountain. There's water here with peace and joy. And then we've got this love as well, and trust and support. Deeper relationships. Are you choosing deeper relationships? Are you choosing financial abundance? Are you choosing vibrant health? Are you choosing these things? You want to live with intention and really visualize this person that exists. And the goal with sealing leaks is we seal the leaks and get you to that vision even faster. Okay? Not by running toward it, but by magnetically pulling yourself into that. Okay? So, really visualizing that future self image and creating that reality for you. Okay, so I promised you I'd show you how we work together at the beginning. If you're watching this and you want to hear a little bit about how we can connect and how we can work together, number one, my experience called Ignite. This is an 8-week experience. We seal the leaks. We're building confidence. You're going to learn the core method, weekly coaching, energy work, frequency assessment, lifetime recordings. Take it all. It's so much fun. The goal is to get as many change makers and amazing people moving in the right direction as we possibly can. Okay. This is the direction of love and purpose, and then hotness is the added mother effing bonus. Okay. Where you can really vibe out, get confident, seal leaks so that you attract better in your life. And so Ignite is only $498 down from 200 and 2,998. And yeah, we're inviting everybody in, men and women. Come on in. I like to say it's like a gym membership for your DNA, for your insides, for your crystalline inner energy. And then this is over 8 weeks, so it comes down to about 65 bucks a week. And then you can stay. It's $89 a month, which is like a total steal. And we do a ton of magic and we have fun and pumping each other up. That's the whole vibe. Okay, and then secondly, we have the Core Leadership Intensive, which is my first live event, which is going to be held next year. I think I might have the wrong date on here, but that it's totally cool. Let me know if you're interested in hearing about this. This Core Leadership Intensive right now is $598, and we are dropping the price to $298. It's going to go down to $298 to attend. This is going to be I think it's going to be a 2-day event next year, and more details will keep unraveling. So go ahead and just take a note of this. If you're interested in hearing more, you can jump on my mailing list or just go ahead and jump on a call with me or one of my team members, and we will give you more details. And then let's skip that slide. Let's go into this one. Remember, I told you about this, the emotional intelligence leak, the snowball effect. Over time, they get worse. That's not like a maybe, that is a fact. They will get worse over time. Okay. So it depends on how bad you want what's inside your soul, how bad you want to achieve what's inside of your mission in life. And then realize that if the leaks are in there, they're going to get worse. There's over 180 there's over 180 emotional intelligence leaks, which I teach, and I teach all of them. I'm going to teach every single one of them. I've got them all written down, and I'm learning every single one of them inside out and backwards. And this is the golden bucket example, remember? And then when you seal the leak, it's going to bring you to the most amazing version of yourself. And that's the future image. Remember tuning into that future image of who you are? And then in order to increase that energy and direct it exactly where you want to go to take that action, that's when we're talking about coming into Ignite. Okay. So this is all about less leaks and more peace within. Okay. So just remember every day you're building momentum or you're building resistance. We want to expand you and get you moving into momentum and less of this fucking bullshit. Sorry for the words, but like this resistance of like, that like, you're going to have it when you're expanding. It's going to happen, but we want to get you through and move you into high levels of momentum. All right. So just remember that you are the one that you have been waiting for. The shackles can be broken off. You got this. And that's all for today. I am so excited. If you are interested in joining us in Ignite, go ahead and reach out. If you would like to work with me one-on-one, I have a high level leadership, or really for anybody who's ready to like get their spark back, have some more freaking fun in their life, do more magic, enjoy building business. I kind of cover all of it. I'm like a little bit of a unicorn here where I do everything. And so what's going on for you? That's the question. And then I can help you. Okay, so if you're interested, go ahead and jump on the link below on this YouTube video and you can set up a call with me personally to see if you and I are a good match. And if we are, I'm going to help you. Okay, and you can always join Ignite, which the link will be below as well. But I'm sending you so much love and I can't wait to work with you soon. Bye.